Hello and welcome to another Darker Days video review. What was the last one we did? Something for Iron Kingdoms. This time, however, we'll be looking at a book which just arrived in the post for me today. It would have been here sooner, however, German's customs officials seem to enjoy opening up packages and holding them for a week or more and not actually sealing up the box properly afterwards. I am most displeased. However, the book is all in good condition, and that book, of course, is Mummy the Curse. So, this is the book in question, Mummy the Curse. It is an excellent embossed cover. I have pictures that'll be accompanying this. As you can see, to my corner is my cat, who is wishing to be in shot, but less about the cat. Of course, this follows the same standards we expect from any New Order Darkness book. We have a monochromatic colour scheme, we have the wonderful gold leaf of the pages, we have a light yellowy gold bookmark, and of course we've already reviewed this on Darker Days by going through the book contents when the PDF originally came out. And it's stunning. I mean, when you see these pieces by Samuel Aria up close, Rich Thomas is right. You want these things on your wall. It's just excellent to actually have another hardback book of this type. Now, obviously, people have been talking about the quality of this book compared to others. Some people have complained that, or noted that some of the pages with the where we have the gold edging at the back, they were essentially glued together. Didn't happen too much on mine, but it's not that difficult to peel them apart, and it can be a fairly common issue when you have this gold leafing going on. Of course, the thing really to be aware of is how does it shape up compared to previous books. Here is my trusty falling apart, almost, World of Darkness core rule book. And compared to that, we have something that has a far glossier cover, whereas this, the only glossy bit is the title. If we were then to go on and look at some of my other favourite books, we have, of course, Vampire the Requiem, we have Werewolf the Forsaken, and of course we have Mage the Awakening and Changeling the Lost. I don't have Geist the Needs here because obviously my first edition is a 1.0 edition, so it doesn't have all the fixes of the reprints. But what can we say? The thing that's interesting is the fact that all the previous books, if we look at them, again, print quality in Mummy, fits these perfectly. You don't have anything annoying compared to compared to the Mage the Awakening book with the gold text. That's just, we're not dealing with that problem. What I would say I kind of miss compared to the other ones, there's something to be said that I think these two books are possibly the prettiest New World of Darkness books that have been done ever. I think that's because with all the New World of Darkness books, barring, say, the core rule book there, you have this almost pearlescent finish, and it's not glossy. The only bits that are glossy are the title, or maybe the bit you can only see if you hold it at a certain angle, or in the Changeling book's case, you're looking at, again, the text and the moth on the cover. So, in that respect, the Mummy the Curse book, quality-wise, is actually more reminiscent of most other role-play game books that are out on the market, and is maybe more similar to the old World of Darkness core rule books with the glossiness of it. So that's my only complaint with the book in that case. So I would have liked to have seen this in a more pearlescent yellow effect. Of course, the question then is, how feasible would that have been with the fact that it's a yellowy thing? It would have just been gold on gold, which may not have worked. So perhaps this is the best thing that they could have done. If Rich Thomas watches this, maybe he can tell me whether he considered that or not. If we want to compare to something else, let's have a look at the Iron Kingdoms rulebook. That's what I mean by something that's also equally a glossy cover, hardback, and of course has a slightly different gloss finish for the text. And in that respect then, Mummy the Curse is quite similar. So overall, an excellent book. There's lots of crossover material in here that you could use. This game will work perfectly well with Vampire and Mage, and quite easily with Mortal's Game, Hunter and Geist. And again, myself and Mike in previous Darker Days episodes have gone into this in some detail. The other thing that of course came with this book is, when we get to it, somewhere under all these other books. There we go. Of course, as part of the Kickstarter, we got this. This is the Storyteller Screen. Now, I don't believe I have my Storyteller Screens with me for the other game lines. I have one for the Mage game, I have one for the Vampire the Requiem game. Generally because those two are the most useful actually, and they're fairly useful for the rest of the other game lines. I may well have the Werewolf one actually as well. I can't quite remember. So, content-wise, obviously, on the inside of here, you have everything you're going to need. But one, I would say almost a valid criticism is that the fabrication of this Storyteller Screen is not quite to the same, I won't say standard, I would say it's not being fabricated in the same manner as the ones for, say, Vampire the Requiem or for Mage the Awakened. It's because, first of all, this isn't a 4-panel screen. I think normally they're 4 panels rather than 3. The card stock is a lot thinner. However, let's be honest, it's a lot tougher than, say, the Storyteller Screens that you would have had for First Edition Exalted, and of course for like the older Mage games. You know, but for older adults. My cat again is seemingly taking an interest in this video. I'll give her marks out of 10. I'm sure they are not that high. So, to give an example of the difference, I would say this is the Games Master screen for Iron Kingdoms, and you can see what I mean. This is a thicker card stock, and it's because it has that traditional kind of printing way where what's been printed has been glued on the cover first and then on the inside, which is what the New Order Darkness Storyteller Screens are more similar to. While this one seems to be is more of a cardstock that's been printed on both sides and then laminated. So it doesn't quite match the other ones. You know, maybe it would be nice if it had done. Is it really that much of a loss? Not really. And that's it, really. The other nice thing, of course, we got with this is the publishing schedule for Onyx Path. Again, printed to a very nice quality. It's kind of just a nice thing to have. Thank you for sending it. And of course that leads me to wonder with some excitement what the Demon, the Descent book's going to be like for the Deluxe Kickstarter. So, yeah, I mean, production-wise, it's everything you expect from a World of Darkness, a new World of Darkness rulebook. And, you know, I've already said what I may have liked of it, but at the end of the day, it's perfect for use, and it's lovely to finally have this book, because I can now finally sit down and flick through it as I prepare a new chronicle. However, I think I'm preparing a chronicle for Geist first, and will be looking to use stuff out of this book as antagonists. I have a habit of doing that. So, of course, if you like this video, like it, follow the links. Darker Days Radio has various locations you can find us. We have a Google Plus community, you can talk to us there. We have a Facebook community, you can talk to us there. We're on Twitter at Darker Days Radio, and we also have our website, which is www.darker-days.org. All of our podcasts are available on the Darker Days website that I've just given you, and of course they're all available all on YouTube. All 51 episodes of Darker Days and 30 odd Darklings, which makes for almost 10 days worth of listening. And of course, if you have anything you want to say, any suggestions for the show, any feedback on this book, you can send them all to darkerdaysradio@gmail.com. And that's all. So, goodbye.